Vipi?
Fiti bro. Naona leo umeamua kuvaa shades. Any reason? Jicho nyanya nini?
We are morning kidogo.
Pole sana. It didn't go as we hoped.
Yes.
For those who
But
don't
it
know
went
what you're
as
talking
expected.
about,
It didn't go as we hoped, but it went as expected.
as expected, yeah. So anyway, karibuni sana. This is Game Week 5 review, episode 6. We have a very awesome show coming up. Unfortunately, for Manchester United fans, it's not the week they wanted to start or how they wanted the week to start. But soka ni soka. Unaweza shinda, unaweza shindwa, unaweza draw. So Steve, how are you, brother? Other than the Arsenal loss.
My week was good. Not much was going on this week. Ni wiki ya mshahara, so sherehe ilikuwa nyingi. Yeah, it was a good week other than. Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I was saying it was a good week. Now I can't complain. Other than the loss, everything else was good.
Yeah, for me, of course it's disappointing to win against Arsenal, but as I predicted, nilijua ni ngumu. Yeah, and I told you, you should call me Prophet Simon. Predictions zangu zote they came to be. So this is how I predicted.
Takutumia kama jamaa fixed bet.
Yeah?
I'll use you like a fixed bet person.
Yeah, you should use me and give me 10% of the winnings.
And if I lose?
If you lose, then you lose. I don't pay you anything. Okay, this is what I predicted last Friday, or this past Friday. Let's just see the clip and then
later on, kuna a lot of games going at the same time, which is Brentford, Bournemouth, Burnley wana host Spurs, Chelsea wana host Nottingham Forest, Man City wana host Fulham. Then the late game, the evening game, tutakuwa na Brighton ina host Newcastle. Very entertaining game hiyo. So what are your thoughts?
When you're in a team or pitching a new prop.
Brighton, Newcastle.
Yes.
I'm seeing a goal kind of situation.
A draw or no, just one of them will win, but
one of them will win, but hii ni ile game ya goal. So kwa wale watu wanafanyanga betting, weka GG over 2.5
which is good for me because fantasy yangu nimejaza these two teams, so I hope itakuwa goal.
You know, Brighton wali lose points over the weekend.
Yes.
Newcastle as well. So ni lazima wanataka kujiredeem. And kuna hii pia historia. It might not be a huge factor, but kuna history ya Champions League, Europa League. Na kuna hiyo factor ya kutaka kusema we lost over the weekend, na nyinyi mnacheza Europa, si tunacheza Champions League. Na tunataka kuonyesha teams za Champions League, because right now every kitu ina happen is the fact that teams sasa zimeshapewa groups zao, wataanza kukua scouted. So kutakuwa na ile element ya tuonyeshe our opponents this is what we can do. At the same time, let's mix it up a bit to make sure we get the points, because we can't truly lose points. So for me, I don't know who will win, but I can guarantee you I hope tunaweza pata hii clip. Itakuwa goal over 2.5.
Yes, sawa. Tuendelee. Let me see if there is a Monday. Yeah, final game, Manchester or no.
Yes, that was my prediction for one of the games. Poleni sana for the echo. I think it's coming from Steve's side. So Steve, you allow me, nitakuwa na kuunmute ama unajiunmute when you need to speak. But before we start that, I told you Brighton, Newcastle, hiyo ilikuwa GG over 2.5. What do you think?
Yeah, your predictions were on point. I think I'll start using you like what are they called? Bookies.
Analysis, bro.
Yeah, your analysis was spot on this week. So, yeah. What can I say? It was a good footballing weekend, but unfortunately, the other side of the tunnel, we are not happy because ni giza tu iko huku kwetu, acha niseme hivyo.
But before we talk about the Arsenal Manu game, I watched the Brighton Newcastle game. Na Brighton walianza brilliant, as in walikuwa nacheza expansive football, walikuwa nacheza game yenye it was fast, they were physically fit, they were physical. Newcastle walikuwa nashindwa how to handle them in the midfield, and as I predicted, lazima kungekuwa na ile element ya we want to show ni nani ndio nani. Sisi tunacheza Europa, nyi mnacheza Champions League, na at the end of the day Newcastle ni kama walikuwa na kaoga kidogo, ama walikuwa zile za hii ni Brighton tutapiga.
I was also surprised on how Brighton were able to manhandle Newcastle that way, because it was like a one-way highway. So Newcastle didn't have an idea with all the firepower they have in that team. Brighton were outclassed so easily. Ferguson, I think he'll be a big headache for defenders this season. He looks very sharp in front of goal. So yeah, Brighton are the team to watch, I think. but I don't know what happens with this team. They play well this weekend, then the other weekend they capitulate. So I don't know, but they played a good game. Brighton deserved that win.
Yeah, nani anasema hapa Kibwe Jose, how are you man? Long time. Unafaa to join in one of these shows. Yeah, anasema mambo ni matatu, alafu anatuambia kuna echo, sorry for that. Today we're having technical issues. And then James Gashoka, huyu ni jamaa wa Arsenal, besti yangu sana, anasema hapo sasa I'm sure saizi mahali yuko anafurahi sana. Mse wa Arsenal.
Yeah, maybe now we can go to the weekend scores.
Yeah.
We'll start with La Liga. Let me see. We were in game week 4. Yeah, game week 4 on Friday. We had an early kickoff for Cadiz versus Villarreal. Cadiz won 3-1. I won't go with all. Let me just go for one more the notable teams, not all. We have Real Madrid won 2-1 versus Getafe. Valencia lost 1-0 to Alves. Which other game? Atletico, it was postponed. Atletico Sevilla was postponed. Reasons, I am not sure. Barcelona also won away to Osasuna 2-1. Yeah, going to Syria.
Sorry, Steve. Bellingham alifunga a very late goal for Real Madrid.
Yes.
He's proving to be one of the key players, as we said. Jude Sahi ni kama ametransform how Real Madrid midfield is playing.
Well, I think since they signed him, he's shown his class. I think he's, as I said, I think was it last week or the other weeks, he's the only 100 million worth transfer this window. The rest, we can see they are not 100 million just by how they're playing. I think he deserves a lot of praise because he's going to a new team, a team with established players, and he's still, he's still standing out. So good to him. I think he'll have a really bright future in Real Madrid. Many years to win many trophies. So good luck to him. He deserves it. Yeah.
Great. Let's go to Syria.
Yeah, Syria. We're in game week 3. where on Friday, Roma again lost to Milan 2-1, where Milan also suffered a red but still won the game. We go to Napoli lost, which was surprising. Napoli lost to Lazio 2-1. Atalanta won convincingly against Monza 3-0. Another interesting game was another thrashing of Fiorentina by Inter Milan 4-0. Juventus were also victorious 2-0 against Empoli. Yeah, that was Italy. Let's go to Bundesliga, which was game week 3, where early Friday kickoff, there was Dortmund versus Heidenheim, where the match ended in a 2-2 draw. Also, another notable, Leverkusen thrashed Darmstadt 5-1. Hoffenheim also scored against Wolfsburg 3-1. There was a high. I think Bundesliga had a really high scoring weekend, where also Werder Bremen won 4-0 against Mainz. Stuttgart won 5-0 against Freiburg, and Bayern, of course, won against Mönchengladbach, whatever.
Finally Bayern wamepiga hiyo team. Unajua hiyo team huwa inalemea Bayern sana.
I think the other team scored fast. They were trailing. I don't know how in the first half, so they came back and won the game. So good for them. The last game for yesterday was RB Leipzig were hosted by Union Berlin and won 3-0. On to League One, where there are only 2 or 3 notable teams to talk about. I'd say first team, Marseille drew 1-1 against the Nantes. Monaco won 3-0 against Lens. Another notable game was Lyon were hosting PSG. They lost 4-1. Yeah, I think we can now enter the EPL. EPL scores match. It was match week 4, where Luton lost 2-1 to West Ham. Saturday games, though, we had Sheffield Everton early kickoff, where they drew. There was also Man City Fulham. Man City won 5-1. Chelsea Nottingham Forest. Chelsea lost. That was one of your predictions. Chelsea lost.
Yes.
Lost 1-0.
Let me stop right there. Let me play the clip. Wacha nichezea watu clip.
Then later on, kuna a lot of
late have been giving Manchester United issues, because for them it's like beating Man U is the trophy game for us as Manchester United.
Yeah. Also, now on that point, I think Sai, all the guys that watch us, like Arsenal, you want Arsenal, any other team that you think you'd want to participate and put out your views, tafadhali reach out to us. Yeah, we'll give you a Talk Party platform next in the next session. Yeah, anything else? Maybe now we can go to transfers.
Before we go to transfers, kuna game moja hapo hatuja mention, and it's a very tricky game for the home team kuwin. Na hiyo ni ile game ya Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. Uliona vile alicheza against Man U last weekend. Nottingham Forest is not an easy team to beat. Sometimes they lose concentration. They lost one of their best defenders na red card. But it's a team that haufai kusema ati this is a straight win for Chelsea. Chelsea bado haja settle. Yes, some of the players wameanza kuperform, but hiyo ni game. That's also a game to watch. So if it's possible, uweke atstaki kutaja majina za kampuni juu watu sponsor, but if it is possible you can have a split screen yenye unaweza watch because for me, as always, I give the matches to watch. The games to watch this weekend. Let's start with Chelsea Nottingham Forest. That's a good game to watch. Brighton Newcastle. Yeah, so that's how it went. I did mention that Chelsea hawatapata rahisi against Nottingham Forest. And I remember when I made this prediction, someone texted me, a Chelsea fan, alinitext akaniambia ninawadharau. And we all know at the moment Chelsea are not settled.
Yeah, I think Chelsea, I don't know, there's something wrong with that team right now. Maybe, I don't know exactly what it is, because they've changed everything, so I'm not sure. Maybe they need more time to just gel with each other. But watakapitia wacha tuliseme hivyo. Hii season watakapitia before they get settled vizuri in the league. So they're only lucky that they're not in Europe, so they don't have to concentrate on so many games. But if they were in Europe, it would be even worse. So yeah, but I still have hope with Poch. I think in the end he'll find a solution.
Yeah. Now James anasema Chelsea is not doing good, but by game 10 I think they will catch up. And then he goes on saying Man City is Barcelona's 2000s, all wins. Arsenal is still shaky with the inclusion of a number of new faces. Yeah, I do tend to agree somehow in terms of Arsenal are shaky, kwa sababu the way Manchester United played walicheza vizuri considering that ni Emirates and some of the players are injured, but still Arsenal ni team yenye it's one to watch. Probably they want to chase City, although City saa hizi wanaonekana like they really want to defend it. What do you think?
Yes, I know Arsenal won yesterday, but it wasn't a convincing performance. It wasn't a champion's performance, I'd say. That game would have gone either way. I'd say referee is the one who decided that game. So Arsenal, they're still a bit behind. Not so much behind, but Man City is still a foot ahead of them. So it will be. I don't see Man City losing any games actually, because I don't see them losing, especially if De Bruyne comes back. It's only more firepower for them. So if they are maybe when they start involving themselves with the European Cups, maybe they might falter. But another thing, Arsenal are also in the same predicament where they have so many games this season. So itakuwa shida. Mimi naona Man City wakibeba. I predict game week 4 that City will win the league again.
We will save this clip.
Yeah, save it, I'm sure. Game week 4, Steve predicts hata naweza kupatia number 1 to 4 if I feel I need that challenge.
Endelea.
Yeah, I'll start with number 4. I think if we play well, United might just clinch number 4. We might not. So if we get our house in order vizuri, to wache bland and injuries. If we continue with these injuries, top 4, forget. But if players will maintain their fitness, we might get top 4. Number 3, who will be number 3? I think Liverpool. Liverpool, they're playing well right now. I think other than Man City, Liverpool are actually blowing away teams underwater. And since maybe Europa might wanaweza fanya wayumbe kidogo, but because I'm sure they want to win the Europa. So yeah, but Liverpool, I'll give them number 3, number 2 Arsenal, and obvious number 1 Man City, as I said before. Yeah, that's my prediction. Game week 4. That's how the season will end. Number 1 to 4. 5, I hope that I think the number 5 will go to Champions League next season.
Yes.
Then if we don't get number 4, we might get 5. Then we'll go to the playoffs, I think, or I don't know how it will work. But yeah, 4-5 there. But 4. I predict we'll finish 4, just ahead of Tottenham.
This time, I'll be honest, Manchester United sioni ki make top 4. Sioni Manchester United ki make top 4 considering that Ten Hag bado hajaamua what he wants to do with the squad, bado haja set up his midfield. Kuna confusion pale ndani kidogo kwa sababu aliuza Fred na ameongezea 2 midfielders na kuna wale bado hawajauzwa kama McTominay. Defense ya Manchester United bado iko shaky, so top 4 ni ngumu. Then looking at sides kama Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham saizi wameanza kuprove that they are coming up well. Niliwatch hiyo game yao, they are playing with some good football. Kuna hawa wengine wanakujanga kuharibu hesabu. Unajua kuna timu kama Brighton, timu kama Newcastle sahii hao ni wale watu wakuja kuharibu hesabu. Watapigwa na hizi timu kidogo, lakini when it comes to the big teams they find a way. Liverpool, based on venye niliona, I thought wangekuwa na a difficult game against Aston Villa based on my predictions last episode, but niliona Liverpool hiyo midfield yao saizi iko solid, and when now they bring in Gravenberch, wako na Szoboszlai, wako na McAllister, Liverpool wanaonekana sasa saizi wameanza kuwa settled, and right now even their midfielders wameoneshana wanaweza funga mabao. So yeah, definitely 1 2 3 nitapatia 1 Man City, 2 Arsenal. Number 3 I'd either give it to Liverpool. Manchester United, honestly mimi naona tukimaliza number 5 6. Number 4 I might give to Newcastle, because Newcastle I still think they are going to change their coach mid-season. Hiyo ni prediction we make last episode.
I'd say Newcastle might just do it if they don't make it through the group stages. If they don't make it through the group stage of Champions League, then a big weight will be lifted from them. Maybe then they can start performing, but as per now, I don't see them. Maybe 6, maybe I think Brighton will finish above them. That's my thought. I think Brighton have the facilities to finish above Newcastle, which is surprising considering the players that Newcastle have. But I think they haven't gelled well. Newcastle, the new acquisitions, they haven't like our gel vizuri na the other players, so it might take them a while. Yeah, but continue pole kuinterrupt.
No worries. Yeah, as I was saying, kuna hizi teams zenye huwa zinaharibu hesabu, akina Tottenham, akina Brighton, Newcastle. Kuna utu two teams kama, and with all due respect nimetuita two teams, kuna kama Aston Villa, kuna Nottingham Forest. Hizo zile teams zenye una expect kuwin and then all of a sudden wamekupiga. Kesi ni point Chelsea. Then Chelsea all of a sudden tunaweza ona wameanza kupata a run of form, because Chelsea at the moment coach mwenyewe ni kama bado hajui the team anafaa kucheza, cause aliongezewa player na haku hata ameitisha hiyo player. So for me it's still early to call. All I can say is number 1 2 3 napatia Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. For number 4 ni sisi wengine tupiganie kuingia top 6.
I think our predictions are almost similar. As I said, if we avoid so many injuries, we may get 4th. If we don't, now it's a struggle between 1 to 6, 4 to 6. Whoever who will be fit and who will have a good run, because you can't get top 4 if you don't have like a run. I've noticed in the Premier League, you need to have, like last season, the only reason we did is because there was that period after World Cup where we won so many games, courtesy of Rashford and the rest. So yeah, we need a run actually, and all the other teams, I think we can get the run. I think although we are playing like this, and we usually have all seasons, there's usually that period where Manchester just wakes up. I don't know what happens, but we wake up and win so many games and accumulate so many points. So I think this season we'll do the same. I don't know when, but yeah, I predict 4th if we are fit.
Now, looking at a club like Chelsea of course have bought almost every player in the in the market. saizi I think wako na squad ya kucheza 3 parallel leagues at the same time. They have very many players, but Chelsea need to be careful. Nakumbuka ile time Andres Villas-Boas alikuwa coach Tottenham, and they bought like 13 or was it 16 players, and by the time ilikuwa inafika game week 11 ama ilikuwa 8, they were nowhere even mid table, walikuwa wanapigania kule chini. So Pochettino, yes, is a good coach, but whatever is happening at Chelsea, hiyo itamuaffect kazi, because coach number 1 atakangi kuletewa player mwenye hajaitisha. Like Cole Palmer was bought, na si player hata alikuwa anataka. Wamenunua Cole Palmer, already wako na players wengi kwa ile position, so inakuwa ngumu kwa coach, na uwezi nunua player 43 million pounds na akuje tu akae bench. At the same time unaangalia wale maplayer wako pale, most of them are very young players, experience hawana pale sana, like midfield sahi hawana that experience. Forward line they are young players. I think the only place wako na experience ni defense. So ukiangalia Chelsea, almost every other position it's a new player, relatively new player, other than akina Sterling, akina Silva, na akina James. Most of the positions are new, and they will need like the next 10 games to settle.
Yeah, Chelsea, I can't predict where Chelsea will finish this season, because I don't know, even last season I don't know how they play or why they lose games. I have no real reason why they lose games, because they have players to win games or even to force wins, but they are not doing it. Sijui how they are just a wild card or a wild team that will win or lose. No one knows. We only wait for 90 minutes to know if they win or if they lose.
Wacha nisome comment hapa. I don't know why comments from my own personal page are not coming. I also stream from my own personal page. So James is saying, anasema my top 4 predictions: number 1 City, number 2 Liverpool, number 3 Manchester United, number 4 Arsenal. Manu has a good team with Rashford showing maturity, but Onana needs to calm down. He is somehow overconfident.
But I think we need a confident keeper. If there's a position in that field that you always need somebody confident, is the goalkeeping, I think, area where if ukikuwa na timid keeper atafungwa. I think Onana, he's good. It's only that he's exposed so much. Like anakuwa exposed sana. Then defense ina change every week. This week this one is injured, next week the other one anapata yellow, anatolewa katikati ya game. The other, like how to hajakuwa na settled defense, which I think that hiyo ndio imeprompt hata anafungwa bao nyingi hizo zote, because defense yetu is in shambles. I think sijui tutafanya nini ndo tuweze kuweka Varane, because if Varane and Martinez are not fit, sioni mtu anaweza shikilia hiyo position. Maybe Lindelof kidogo, but if 2 of the 3 are not there, we are in trouble. Because Maguire, no confidence in him. John Evans, too old. Anna hizo, the legs are gone. Who else do we have in defense? Do you have another center back other than those 5? I don't think. Shaw now also injured. So right now, if tukiendelea with na hiyo defense, and that's why I thought we would go for a defender this transfer window, but I think no one predicted that tutakuwa na mashida mingi hivi early enough. Maybe in January we'll try and find a defender, a good defender, sio like placeholder kama kina John Evans, when you can, because we have so many games to go. Tuko na Champions League, you have domestic cups, Premier League ndo hiyo, like sijui vile tutaendelea na hiyo defense kusema ukweli bila reinforcements. I thought wangepatia Regallion a chance kwa hiyo game, but I guess waliona he wasn't needed, but ningependa kuona how he copes with such high tempo games pia kidogo.
So much about Manchester United. Let's go to the other leagues.
Which game should we look? Like Napoli was surprising that they lost. For me, I think sikuwa na expect wata lose to Lazio, especially ukiangalia standing before that weekend. Lazio I think were in the relegation zone, but they had only played 2 games, so that was ungeweza predict that Lazio is playing poorly. Yeah, it was a surprise. I thought Napoli would win that game easily, but mpira udunda.
Kuna elements mbili hapo. Element number 1 is you always want to beat the champion. Unatakanga kuoneshana you can beat the champions. Kama sahi Man City have to play an extra gear, at an extra gear, extra level to make sure that they don't lose to teams, because Napoli won. They are the current champions. Na Lazio pia ni one of the big teams in Italy, so wanaweza taka kusema hey, look, hata kama mliwin, we are also here. And the fact that Lazio wamedrop points over the first 2 games, pia watataka kuwin. The second element is on the Napoli side, probably overconfidence. Walika hivyo wakasema sisi ni champions, hii ni Lazio, hawaja perform poa this season, so let's do that. The other thing is, my understanding is Lazio did not have a good preseason. They don't have a good, a long training preseason like any other team. So yeah, I'd say Napoli slow start, but who knows, wanaweza pick up.
Yeah, Lazio. I swear they even scored a really nice goal. It is a backflip from I don't know the player actually. The strike number 10. I can't remember the name, but walifunga bao classic sana Lazio. I saw the highlights actually. I think this morning. So yeah, Lazio played well by the way. Walicheza vipoa sana, and they deserved the win.
There was also another big game on Friday with the Serie A. And I expected that to happen.
Which
Friday? Roma is Roma. Na nilikwambia lazima Mourinho atakuwa na mashida third season.
They've been losing by the way. This season wameanza vibaya. They started off wakipeana, was it Lazio who, what was the game? I can't remember. Walifungwa mbili by the way. Walifungwa mbili, I think who Leao and Tomori. Those were the scorers for AC Milan. No, it was Giroud penalty, then Leao. Tomori ndo alipata red kwa hiyo game, and they still won. So, and I think the only reason why Roma scored was because they were playing against 10 men. So yeah, Roma wako na shida kidogo na Mourinho. Sijui wataitatua vipi.
Nilikwambia third season syndrome ya Mourinho imeanza.
Let's see. Look, it was a good debut for him, although hakufanya chochote. So yeah. Yeah, and another question. This is out of this. Greenwood. Let's go back to Greenwood. Tunaona alipata team finally. I wanted to ask you something. I'm not sure about it, but is Greenwood still a United player?
Currently no.
Then
yes, he is.
Loan from where?
From Manchester United.
So he's still a United player, because I think we're even paying some of his wages, if not, I think we're paying him still
75% of his wages.
Yeah, we're playing a huge. So I don't know. Is there a chance that he'll come back? Because why would we give him on loan and we haven't to terminate his contract yet? What is the mindset of United on that issue?
I think wacha nitakumute juu ya echo. I think Greenwood, the issue is contract yake iko karibu kuisha, and at the same time as I mentioned, ukiterminate contract unakwanga na ile payoff. You either pay off the contract then the rest of the amount with a bonus, or unapata the termination clause is higher than actually paying his wages. So labda waliona huu player wacha tu aende on loan, contract yake ikiisha tumwachilie. Second thing I'm thinking, Manchester United walichezea tu mafans politics, ile politics ya Greenwood is not longer an United player, wacha to terminate Greenwood, na akasema wacha ni rebuild my career elsewhere. But if you really look at those statements, I didn't see anywhere they said that they will terminate his contract. That's why I told you last show, Greenwood is still a United player, because hakuna mali, even the news outlets, hakuna mwenye come out kusema that Manchester United and Greenwood have terminated the contract.
Then we'll see. Let's see. I hope he performs well this season, and if a player really performs well and maybe you're struggling in a certain area, fans might just be lenient next season because he's playing football. It's not like ameacha kucheza ball. It's not like ameacha
na vile nilikushow ni better aende ka team kama ako, because Granada he will always play the games, si atakuwa starter.
Yeah. Another thing on the same position striking, tuliona debut ya Rasmus. What do you think? A few minutes zenye tulimwatch, is there a promise there ama tuendelee kutafuta striker?
Definitely kuna promise because the few minutes alicheza alisumbua defense. He's very physical, hold up play yake iko sawa, aliezana na kina Saliba, he gave them a really difficult time. He is fast. Rashford tu ndio alicheza matope, kwa sababu wakati tulikuwa na counter ya 3-on-2, Rashford angetumia akili, angemwekea pasi mapema, that guy would have scored. Also remember he had a chance, ni vile tu alislip akaanguka. He had a chance to score. Also, as we said, referee did not award a penalty. There was a penalty that should have been awarded because he was fouled in the box. Wakati alifanya a left turn, wanted to kick, he was pulled down by the Arsenal defender. So yeah, kuna promise pale. But one thing I'll mention is, we talk about Manchester United a lot. That's why I think we need to get a neutral fan or a fan from another team. But I'll say this, I've realized, and I'm asking people to prove me wrong, Manchester United have a habit ya kudrop points before the international break. So the game before the international break, Manchester United huwa either tuna lose ama tuna draw, but most of the time huwa tuna lose. Ukikumbuka the 7-0 against Liverpool, I think it was before an international break. So whenever Man inaelekea international break, I don't know what ni nini huwa inatukas.
Another thing that hit the headlines today, another Sancho saga. I don't know what exactly happened, that he was not even in the team on Sunday. He put out a statement. Uliweza kusoma hiyo statement yake?
Yeah. I think there's some internal things that we don't know about Sancho. Tunajua Ten Hag last season alimprotect sana. Personally niko disappointed by Sancho, both as a Manchester United fan and as a football fan, because Sancho tuliona vitu alifanya pale Dortmund, na wakati tulimsign, I mentioned something on Twitter and I said I hope hata end up kama other Dortmund players we've signed, because Manchester United wamesign Kagawa. Of course he had some brilliant times but still flopped. Mkhitaryan the same, had some brilliant times, then he flopped. Sancho 1 or 2 games ameperform, but still Sancho haperform vile tunajua anafaa kuperform. At the same time, I think it's something ina affect players. Tukiangalia mtu kama, if I step aside from Sancho, ukiangalia mtu kama Kai Havertz si tunajua is a brilliant player, but honestly mimi ningeulizwa flop of the match kwa hiyo game ya Arsenal na Man U, ningesema Kai Havertz, because Kai Havertz is actually the culprit for Manchester United's first goal. So for some reason German players wakicheza Germany wakikujanga Premier League they always struggle. Mention any player mwenye ametoka Bundesliga akakuja Premier League. Most of them huwa wana struggle. I don't know whether it's the speed of the game, whether ni physicality of the Premier League, but name it, call it, any player mwenye ametoka Bundesliga akuja Premier League, most of them wana struggle sana.
Even when was it Wana also struggled a bit.
Yeah.
I think the only player I can think of that actually played well was the Arsenal guy, Aubameyang.
Na pia De Bruyne.
And De Bruyne, obviously. So yeah, maybe we should rethink our market in Germany because
because look at it, angalia mtu kama hata Hargreaves. Hargreaves alitoka Bayern when he came to Man U flopped.
But I don't think Hargreaves flopped. It's just he had a because the time he played, he actually played well. Your season, I think 2007-2008 is when we won the Champions League. So Hargreaves, I'd say I don't know because we didn't play so much for us. Alipata injury and that was it for him. But we are what I know is that we have not been lucky to kill more players from the German league since many years back. So maybe
players wenye naonanga wakikuja Premier League wana perform ni wale wanatoka Spanish La Liga.
Yeah, Spanish and Portugal even. Under Portugal league, they usually cope well in the Premier League. Kiona Cancelo, there's Ruben Diaz, Bruno. Bernardo was from there or?
Bernardo was from Portugal, akaenda France, then akakuja
akaenda Monaco. I remember he was in that super Monaco team. Who else? But Portugal by there imetupatia good players. So I would say tuangalie sana pande ya Portugal when we are recruiting. Yeah.
Good. Anything left to discuss? I think our time is up. I think we should mention the international matches that are coming this week.
I have not had time to look at internationals, so
Euro qualifiers. Tuone kama tutazipata hapa mbio. So on Thursday, Europe took on France, Ireland, and then we have Netherlands, Greece, that is Group B qualification, European qualification. In Group E, we have Czech Republic, Albania, Poland, Faroe Islands. Then in Group G, we have Lithuania, Montenegro. Then we have Serbia, Hungary. In Group H, we have Kazakhstan, Finland, Denmark, San Marino, Slovenia, North Ireland. Let me see whether on Wednesday we have matches. Those mentioned were matches that are to be played on Thursday. Then on Friday, tuko na Georgia, Spain, Group A, wako na Cyprus, Scotland. And then in Group D, we have Croatia, Latvia, then Turkey, Armenia. In Group J, we have Bosnia and Herzegovina. Hey, my friend. And then we have Liechtenstein, and then Luxembourg versus Iceland, Slovakia versus Portugal. In the world qualification, CONMEBOL, hiyo ni ile ya kule South America, tuko na Paraguay, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, Ecuador. That's a very good game. Shida ni vile iko saa 9 asubuhi. Sijui ni nani anaweza amka Friday saa 9 asubuhi kuwatch hiyo game. And then on Saturday, we have Ukraine, England. That's a very good game to watch. It will be played at 7 p.m. local time. That is Kenyan time. Then tuko na North Macedonia, Italy. That's, I think, an easy game for Italy. Then in Group F, tuko na Azerbaijan, Belgium, Estonia, Sweden. Then Group I, tuko na Andorra, Belarus, Kosovo, Switzerland, Romania, Israel. And then there is another big game coming up on Saturday at 2 a.m. Hiyo kama bado uko macho unaweza watch. Uruguay, Chile.
Yeah, that's a good game. Yeah, internationals. Maybe I can go. Maybe just to mention, we want to also cover some results for FKF. Maybe I can go through them this weekend games.
Yes, please.
This weekend games we had. Yeah, I'll just go through the results for this weekend. Kenya Premier League FKF. Talanta versus Shabana drew 1-1. Muhoroni Youth and versus Nzoia Sugar also drew 1-1. Sofapaka versus Bandari won 1-0. Kenya Police versus Posta Rangers. Kenya Police lost 3-0 in that game. KCB versus Leopards. KCB won 1-0. Another game was Ulinzi versus Gor, where Gor won 1-0. Muranga Steel, who are the current table leaders, surprisingly, won 1-0 against Kakamega Homeboys. Tusker versus Kariobangi Sharks ended in a 1-1 draw. Another draw was between Bidco United and Nairobi City Stars. Tables, maybe I can go number 1 to 4 or to 5. We have Muranga Seal with 6 points. Posta Rangers 4 points. Nzoia Sugar 4 points. Gor Mahia 4 points. Tusker 4 points. Yeah, that is
Nice.
FKF.
Nice.
2 games.
Yeah, Muranga Seals, remember wali promotiwa recently and niliwatch clips zao za the final game of the season last season. Hiyo team ni very exciting to watch. Iko na
I think they're the team that beat also Shabana. Is it the team that beat Shabana in the, was it a playoff or I can't remember the
playoff?
exact.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems to be a really good team. So yeah, hopefully Central were represented. Thika United was relegated. Thika United.
I think they were relegated.
Yeah, that was the only team from Central I can think of that ilikuwa Premier League, but at least now Muranga imekuja kurepresent vizuri. There are some teams. Do you know where some teams are, like which region they represent? Like okay, Nzoia Sugar we know, Gor we know. Tusker, is it Nairobi or also Central?
Nairobi.
Not sure. Nairobi. Posta Rangers, Nairobi obvious. KCB, Nairobi obvious. Bandari Coast. Bidco United, no idea. Kariobangi obviously.
Bidco, I don't know. It sounds like Nakuru, but I don't know.
Kariobangi Sharks, Nairobi.
Home ground yao ni gani?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure kusema kweli. I don't know. I don't know much about Bidco United. Simeingia this season or last season, was it in the Premier League? I can't even remember. Muhoroni, we know where it's from. Nairobi City Stars, it's in the name. Talanta is Nairobi.
Yeah.
Shabana is Kisii or where? Is Shabana from Kisii? I think it's from Kisii.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, Shabana was a team that was, I think it's Kisii. Shabana is from Kisii. Sofapaka Nairobi, Leopards Western, Kenya Police.
Sofapaka si Machakos.
Sofapaka is Machakos. I'm not sure. Sijui, honestly, if it's Machakos, sawa. FC Leopards Western, Kenya Police, anywhere. Kakamega Homeboys, Kakamega. Ulinzi anywhere. Yeah, teams like Ulinzi, Kenya Police.
Ulinzi is
okay,
Nakuru.
they're stationed in Nairobi, I'd say. So Nairobi.
But Ulinzi is a Nakuru team.
Oh, Ulinzi is a Nakuru team. Oh. We are talking about Bidco is in Nairobi because they are home. They are home. Like, what is it called? They play in Kasarani, so
home ground.
Either they are in Central or in Nairobi. I'm not sure. But Bidco is their home ground is Kasarani. Tusker is Waraka, so that's Nairobi, obvious. Muranga Seals is SportPesa Arena Muranga. So hao wako Muranga tu. Hawatoki Muranga. There's a stadium called SportPesa Arena.
Walipata sponsorship.
Ulinzi umesema it's for Nakuru.
Yeah, Nakuru.
But their complex is in Nairobi. Ulinzi complex pale Thika Lang'ata Road. Walitengenezewa state of the art nini huko. So I'd say they're in Nairobi.
I think games zao nyingi za home zilikuwa zinachezwa Nakuru.
I think after they walitengenezea hiyo complex yao, they are now a Nairobi based team. Then KCB obvious Kasarani main stadium, because Kasarani I think has 2 stadiums. There's the annex and the main. So KCB have the main stadium. Kenya Police also Nairobi, they have a Sacco stadium in Nairobi. So Papaka also Kasarani annex, so I don't know if they're Machakos team because their home ground is Kasarani annex. Muhoroni, they have their obvious it's in Muhoroni. Talanta is Nyayo Stadium, so obvious is Nairobi. Yeah. So I think those are the teams zenye ziko nini.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so
hatuna team. Bandari is Mbaraki grounds in Mombasa. Shabana is Nyanza, Homa Bay Stadium. That's their home stadium. But I'm sure Shabana, if I'm not wrong, they're a Kisii team. Maybe they don't have a stadium in Kisii, so they have to play in Homa Bay. But Shabana ilikuwa inajulikana kama timu ya Kisii in those years when they were still when they were a big team in Kenya, so in the 90s.
Well, hata Gor inajulikananga ni ya Nyanza
lakini Nairobi ni yao ni Nyayo. By the way, I think because we don't have so many stadiums, some teams by default become Nairobi teams because that's where the uwanja nyingi ziko Nairobi.
Yeah.
So Ulinzi might also be in Nakuru based. But how can you say it's a Nakuru based if their club, if their stadium is in their main stadium, which is their own? It's not like they are sharing a stadium. Was built in Nairobi.
We have to do research.
We'll have to do research. Tujue fans wengi wanatoka wapi. By the way, which team do you support in FKF?
I have two teams. Gor and Ulinzi.
Me, I used to support Gor. I've been Gor since high school. Then vile nilikuja Mombasa, I switched kidogo to Bandari. So I'm in between. Now that I'm not even in Mombasa, now I don't know which team to support, but I'm leaning more to Bandaris nowadays than Gor. But Gor was my team when nilikuwa huko Nairobi.
Yeah, na kuna good news. FKF wali make a deal with Azam TV. Hizo games zitakuwa zinaletwa live Azam TV. That's very good news for the Kenyan football. I hope hawata mess up kama venye walifanya na SuperSport DStv.
Yeah, hopefully na wakubali teams zikuwe sponsored. That's the only way mpira itapanda ngazi. Without sponsorship itakuwa shida. Yeah.
Good. Time is up. Steve, what watakupataje socials?
Socials, Klub Banterz YouTube, Manchester United Klub Banterz in Facebook. That's where you'll find us live every Monday and Friday. Preview and reaction shows. Preview on Friday and reaction on Mondays. Well, it's Twitter, it's Trickster the Real, Trickster the Real, TikTok, Kenyan Piper, Facebook, Steve Evra Kamau. Which other socials do I have? Instagram, I can't even remember. Yeah, I think TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Those are the places you'll find me sana hizo tatu. So get those ones. Those ones tafadhali mnifuate. We are trying to get some merchandise. Maybe in the next few episodes mtatuona tumevaa Klub Banterz t-shirts. Yeah. Tutajaribu to create a very good design where hata mnaweza clad nazo tu ni ya show, but ni ya kutembeza huko nje. So yeah, we are working on stuff. Maybe tutaendelea collaborate na Simon to bring more fans to the community or to the family. Wale mafans wa ball, we are still calling out on contributors. If you know unapenda ball na ungetaka kuongea about ball, reach us out, hizo socials tumepeana any. Yeah, tutaku accommodate.
Mimi mtanipata social media. I think the name is there, ukiangalia hapo chini at Simoninski. So if ukienda kwa social sites karibu zote, mimi niko hadi Truth Social by the way, mtanipata hadi huko.
Hiyo ni gani? Ama uko MySpace kama wazazi wetu. Unajua kuna watu bado wako MySpace.
By the way, you know I had a MySpace account, hata sikumbuki password yake. I think the only platform I'm not in is OnlyFans.
Na sasa kuna Threads. So Threads pia niko ndani, lakini hata I don't think I've posted anything. So yeah, Threads pia tuko ndani. Mimi niko ndani. We will try and create an account for the channel. Maybe tutapata more fans huko kwa Threads, I don't know. Yeah.
Sasa guys, until Friday, see you. Cheers. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.